Cardano is up over 40% from its lows set just a few days ago. Was this market dump a giant shakeout to get all the new investors to sell before a giant move to the upside, or are we still in for more downside? Hey guys, my name is Majd, hope you're doing well, and in this video we have a lot to get into. We're going to go over some Cardano news. I'm also going to take a look at a bunch of different charts and indicators, and we're also going to take a look at the Cardano BNB chart, which is not something we've looked at before on this channel, but it's showing something very interesting. So if that sounds good to you guys, then make sure to hit that like button. Also hit subscribe if you haven't done so already, and with that out of the way, let's go ahead and dive into CoinMarketCap. So you can see we've had a nice move to the upside. Bitcoin's up 2% on the day. Ethereum continues to absolutely kill it, up 5% on the day and 20% on the week. We have BNB also continuing to do really well, 5% on the day and the week. And we have Cardano down here doing pretty well as well. So you can see it's testing $1.30, up 9% on the week and about 6% on the day. And Doge is still number 7 on CoinMarketCap. So we're going to start on this chart right here. So this is the ADA BNB chart, and this is the daily. You can see over the past basically few weeks. So if I go ahead and switch it to the weekly, you can see we've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 weeks, so basically 3 months, where BNB has absolutely been crushing Cardano and outperforming Cardano by quite a bit. So you can see if we take the measured move here, from the top to the bottom, basically an 80% move. So BNB has basically doubled against Cardano. And what I want to show you guys is, going back to the daily, we are approaching this zone here of support. So you can see Cardano has basically never went below this region here, I think in all of history. Cardano has basically never fell beneath this area of support here. So we could be finding potential support here on the ADA BNB chart and seeing a bounce to the upside. And if Cardano obviously does come back to these highs here, that would basically be a 2x against BNB. I'm not sure if that will happen. So obviously BNB has been doing really well, but it's good to see that we have approached really critical support here. And I do think that this will likely hold and we will see a bounce here. Taking a look at Bitcoin dominance, this is literally crashing day after day, which if you are heavy in altcoins, that is a very good thing. If you're heavy in Bitcoin, not quite so much. You can see again, basically red candles almost every day with a few green outliers here. And this is another indicator that we are getting near a absolutely massive altcoin season. And what I believe is going to happen is that we're going to see basically a part 2 of what happened in basically at the end of 2020 and early 2021, which is when ADA went from basically 20-30 cents to $1.50 in just like 2 months. And I think that we are going to see a part 2 of a massive altcoin season. I definitely don't think that the altcoin season that we've had already was it. I think that altcoins have so much more room to go. And this is just one chart that kind of shows that. And you can see that if we zoom out here to the weekly, in the previous cycle, Bitcoin dominance went all the way down to 35%. And right now it's just sitting at 50%. So there's so much more room for these altcoins. It's actually extremely FOMO inducing. So you can see Bitcoin dominance can crash another 30%. And again, this is also another indicator that we're not really at the top of the cycle, because how can we have topped out when Bitcoin dominance is just at 51%? That doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Looking at previous data, Bitcoin dominance is likely to crash a whole lot more sometime in 2021, which will spark off a massive altcoin rally. Again, taking a look at Ethereum, this is another indicator that kind of shows that altcoins are not only outperforming Bitcoin, but are basically ready to absolutely explode. And obviously Ethereum is the largest altcoin. So when it's doing really well, you can see basically really close to its all-time high. That means the state of the altcoins is also really good. So Ethereum has been absolutely killing it, and you can kind of take this as a representation of the entire altcoin market. Now taking a look at the Cardano Bitcoin chart, you can see that ADA is getting somewhat of a reversal against Bitcoin, and this is an absolute crazy move here. So you can see if we just take it from the low to where we are right now, that is a 25% move. And Cardano is looking pretty bullish against Bitcoin. Basically, all altcoins are looking bullish against Bitcoin. We are setting in a nice green daily candle, and we've basically been going up over the past 3 days. And the breakout from this ascending triangle, obviously it's a very messy ascending triangle, but the breakout from this is 2700, and that would be another 15% move, or about a 15% move against Bitcoin. So this chart is looking very, very bullish. And like I said, it isn't just Cardano that's looking bullish against Bitcoin. Basically, all altcoins are looking at a very bullish against Bitcoin. Altcoins have been outperforming Bitcoin over the past basically few weeks. And I do think this will continue. So now taking a look at the ADA Ethereum chart, you can see we've also been going down for the past few weeks. So it's no surprise that ADA has actually been underperforming against the Ethereum killers and Ethereum. So you can see a lot of red here on ADA Ethereum, and we have actually broken this really major area of support here. So this chart's very interesting. There isn't really any clear indication of what's going to happen in the short term. So we're not near any major areas of support and resistance. We are beneath both moving averages here. So not really much to say about this chart right here. It's kind of a confusing chart to look at. But obviously we have rallied quite a bit against Ethereum for the first half of the bull run, and now we have gotten quite the correction here. So it's going to be very interesting to see what happens. However, we have a lot of upside if we do see a reversal here. And you can see that if we come back all the way to the all-time highs, we can just take it from here because this is kind of an outlier. So if we do see a move to the all-time high against Ethereum, that is a 200% return. So obviously there's a lot of upside against Ethereum. And I do think that Cardano overall is going to be outperforming Ethereum when we have that massive altcoin cycle, simply because Cardano has a smaller market cap than Ethereum. Obviously over the past few months in this kind of sideways trading action, Cardano has been clearly underperforming against Ethereum, but I do think that ADA will outperform Ethereum when we see the altcoins actually make a giant move to the upside. And I think that it's not impossible that we do see Cardano come up to the all-time highs against Ethereum, which would be 140,000 Wei, which is the unit of Ethereum. So as you guys probably already know, we are having the Africa special on the 29th of April, which is basically an event where Charles Hoskinson is going to come out and tell us everything that they've been working on with Ethiopia. So there's a lot going on behind the scenes that they've been working on. And this is a super ultra mega bullish event. It's basically been hyped up for the past month or even more. I mean, the news with Cardano in Africa has been hyped up for several months now, and we're finally getting a resolution to all this hype. I think it's very likely that this event does bring out some news that could likely bring Cardano's price skyrocketing. Against, there's no guarantees from that. And it could be like kind of like a Coinbase listing thing where we see Cardano make a massive move to the upside, but come crashing right down afterwards. So this is going to be very, very interesting to see how it plays out. And it could potentially spark a macro reversal on Cardano. So we're going to have to see. I hope you guys tune in and watch this. I'm going to definitely be watching it on the 29th of April. Definitely an exciting event to attend. A lot has been going on with Cardano in Africa, so it's going to be really good to see the resolution to all of our anticipation and hype. And I have a feeling that a lot of us know kind of what's coming up, but this will kind of reveal everything. Now, this is a chart that I basically brought up in my last video, but this chart is absurdly important, and it kind of debunks the idea that we've topped out for this cycle. Basically, it is impossible that we've topped out for this cycle, given that the reserve of Bitcoin on exchanges is basically literally crashing, which means that people are taking Bitcoin off exchanges, which means that nobody is looking to really sell Bitcoin, at least not the people with a lot of Bitcoin. Obviously, the retail investors is a different story, but you can see just from this data alone, the institutional investors, the hedge funds, people with a lot of Bitcoin are not selling their Bitcoin right here, and it's all visible right here from the on-chain data. And you can see that when we had this massive dump to the downside, the number of Bitcoin on exchanges also literally crashed, which means that big money is buying the dip like crazy. And when that's happening, then how is that the top of the bull cycle? So again, this is a very bullish, macro bullish chart to be looking at, whether you own Bitcoin or not. Obviously, Bitcoin determines the entire state of the market. So what else do I have here? Oh, yes. So I want to talk about this chart right here, the rainbow chart. I think it's good every once in a while for me to bring this up to kind of show you the macro picture of the bull market. And this is basically the logarithmic regression chart of Bitcoin overlaid on top of these rainbow Bitcoin bands. And this chart is supposed to tell you kind of what stage of the bull cycle we're at right now. And I think this is one of the most reliable charts for gauging the sentiment of the space. So right now we're in the light orange band, which is this a bubble? And you can see that if we rally all the way up to this red band, which is supposed to be the top of the bull cycle. That's about $135,000 Bitcoin. And you can see we have basically, in all of the historic cycles for Bitcoin, have not come short of this red band. So I definitely do think that we are going to be rallying up to this red band. And again, like Benjamin Cohen always says, time is on our side. So this chart moves up exponentially, not linearly. So the longer we kind of go sideways or don't rally up to that red band, the higher our ceiling goes. So if we just stay all the way till 2022, our top could potentially be all the way up to 183,000 as opposed to 130 to 140,000. So again, definitely, I don't think this is the top of the cycle. Could we see a double top like we saw here? That's also possible as well. Now, I want to take a look at Bitcoin as well, because regardless of what cryptocurrency you're in, Bitcoin basically, like I always say, determines the state of the market. So whether you own Cardano, Bitcoin, or Ethereum, it's good to know what Bitcoin is doing. And you can see, although we got this really nice bounce to the upside, we are still beneath some major moving averages. So we're beneath the 21-day, and we're also beneath that 50-day. And I definitely don't think we're out of the woods just yet. So I wouldn't get too excited just yet. I think that we need to break basically $57,000 for us to confirm that this was the true bottom. Now, I do think that this was the bottom, but again, I don't think that we're fully out of the woods just yet. So we could see a few more days that are a little bit rocky as we potentially get rejected from the 21-day or the 50-day moving average, which is at about $57,000. So until we close a daily candle above the 50-day and the 21-day, I don't think it's a good idea to get super bullish just yet and open your longs. I think that would be somewhat of a mistake. Again, I could be wrong and we could see a massive green candle tomorrow. All right, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Again, if you did, make sure to hit that like button. Also hit subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.